You might think those small bits of skin on your neck or underarms are just a normal part of getting older. You might even ignore them or try to snip them off. But the truth is, your body is actually screaming a warning that your doctor is likely stepping right over. Take Linda, for example. At 52, she felt completely fine. She was active and healthy, but she started noticing a cluster of small skin tags appearing on her neck. Like most people, she ignored them for 3 years, thinking they were just a cosmetic nuisance. That was until a routine checkup revealed the scary truth. Her fasting insulin was in the danger zone. You see, the problem wasn't a skin condition at all. It was a silent metabolic wildfire happening deep inside her cells. I'm Dr. Kumdi, and after years of studying how our bodies process energy, I've seen how the skin acts as an early warning billboard for your internal health. Most people wait until they get a bad blood test to take action, but your skin is trying to tell you the story much sooner. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to share a simple 3-second mirror test. This trick can tell you more about your risk for diabetes than a standard glucose strip ever could. Before we dive into the science, let's check in. How old are you? And have you noticed more skin tags popping up lately? Let me know in the comments below. It helps us see just how common this really is. To understand why these skin tags appear, we have to look at a hidden problem called hyperinsulinemia. That is just a fancy medical word for having too much insulin in your blood. Most of us are taught that insulin has only one job: to manage our blood sugar. We think of it like a usher that shows sugar into our cells so we can have energy. But insulin actually has a second, secret job that most people never talk about. Insulin is a powerful growth hormone. Its job is to make things grow and multiply. When your insulin levels stay high for too long, it sends a signal to your skin cells to start growing much faster than they should. These specific cells, called keratinocytes, get confused by the high levels of insulin and begin to pile up on top of each other. That little bump you feel on your neck or under your arm is actually a tiny cluster of skin cells that grew too fast because they were being fed by too much insulin. This isn't just a guess, either. Scientific studies show that up to 70% of people with multiple skin tags have some form of insulin resistance. The scariest part? Many of these people have gone to the doctor for a standard blood test and were told their A1C or blood sugar levels were perfectly normal. This happens because your body is working overtime, pumping out extra insulin to keep your sugar down. The sugar looks fine on paper, but the high insulin is already causing changes on your skin. It is so important to realize that a skin tag isn't just an annoying bump that gets caught on your clothes or jewelry. It is a physical sign of what is happening deep inside your body. Think of it like smoke coming from under a closed door. The smoke isn't the main problem, but it is a clear warning that a fire is starting. If you ignore the smoke, the fire of type 2 diabetes can eventually take over. But if you see the smoke now, you have a chance to put out the fire before it ever causes real damage. Now that you know what the problem is, you might be wondering why this is so easy to miss, and why even some of the best doctors don't bring it up during your yearly checkup. The reason so many people miss this warning is that we've been taught to blame the wrong things. We tell ourselves that those little bumps are just a part of getting older, like gray hair or a few wrinkles. We think they happen because our clothes rub against our skin or because of the jewelry we wear around our necks. It feels easier to call it bad luck or just aging than to think something might be wrong on the inside. Even when we do mention them to a doctor, the answer is often disappointing. Many doctors will look at a skin tag and tell you not to worry because it's just cosmetic. This happens because the medical system is mostly set up to treat a disease only after it fully develops. They are looking for high blood sugar or full-blown diabetes. They aren't always trained to look for the pre-symptoms like insulin resistance that show up years earlier. It's like waiting for a car to completely break down on the highway before checking why the low oil light has been blinking for months. This problem is dangerous because it is so slow. It's exactly like a slow leak in a tire. You don't notice a difference when you pull out of your driveway. You don't even notice it after a few miles of driving. But every single day, a little more air escapes. You keep going because the car still moves, but eventually, you wake up and the rim is hitting the pavement. By then, the damage is much harder to fix. Insulin resistance works the same way. It builds up quietly in the background while you go about your normal life. You might feel a little more tired than usual or notice your waistline growing a bit, but you dismiss it. You see a new skin tag and think nothing of it. But while you're looking the other way, your body is struggling more and more to keep your systems balanced. To really understand how this struggle is changing your body, we need to look at how your cells actually work. And I have a very simple way to explain it that will change how you look at your health forever. To understand how this works, think of your body like a giant building with trillions of tiny rooms. These rooms are your cells. Every time you eat, your body breaks that food down into sugar, which is the fuel your cells need to work. However, that sugar can't just walk into the room. The door is locked. This is where insulin comes in. Think of insulin as a tiny key. Its only job is to fit into the lock, turn it, and open the door so the sugar can get inside to feed your cells. In a healthy body, this works perfectly. You eat, the keys open the doors, the sugar goes in, and everyone is happy. But when you have insulin resistance, it's like the locks on those doors have become rusty. You try to put the key in, but it won't turn. Because the sugar can't get inside, it starts to pile up in your blood. Your body sees this and starts to panic. It thinks, we need more keys. This is when your pancreas, which we can call the master key maker, goes into overdrive. It starts pumping out 10 times more keys than you actually need, hoping that if it floods the hallway with enough keys, a few of them will eventually force those rusty locks open. For a while, this plan works, and your blood sugar levels stay normal. But there is a catch. When you have thousands of extra keys floating around your body, they start trying to open doors they were never supposed to touch. One of those doors controls how fast your skin grows. These extra insulin keys accidentally turn the growth switch to the on position. Your skin cells start dividing and piling up when they shouldn't. And that is exactly how a skin tag is born. It's a mistake caused by having too many keys in a system that's jammed up. But the problem doesn't stop at just a few small bumps on your neck. If you don't fix the rusty locks, the situation can quickly escalate into something much more serious. As the number of extra keys in your body continues to grow, the signs on your skin can become even more obvious and a bit more frightening. While skin tags are the first warning, many people soon notice a dark shadow appearing in the folds of their skin. Doctors call this acanthosis nigricans. It usually looks like a dark, velvety patch of skin around the back of the neck, under the arms, or even in the creases of the elbows. Many people mistake this for dirt and try to scrub it off in the shower, but it won't budge because the change is happening from the inside out. When you have both skin tags and these dark patches together, the stakes get much higher. At this point, your body isn't just whispering a warning, it is shouting. Medical research shows that if you see both of these signs, your risk for serious issues like heart disease and fatty liver can triple. This happens because the same high insulin levels that are messing with your skin are also causing inflammation in your organs and your blood vessels. The most dangerous part of this stage is that you might still feel perfectly fine. You might be able to go for a walk, work a full day, and have a good appetite. But feeling healthy is often just a mask. While you feel okay on the outside, your skin is showing you the internal damage that is happening to your arteries right now. It is a visual signal that your metabolic engine is overheating. It can be scary to realize that a simple patch of dark skin or a few small bumps could mean so much. But remember, your skin is doing you a massive favor by showing you this early. Most people don't get a warning until they are in a hospital bed, but you have the chance to see the dark shadow and make a change today. However, to fix the problem, we first have to talk about the common mistakes most people make when they try to get healthy. Mistakes that might actually be making your insulin levels worse. When people start to notice these bumps, their first instinct is usually to find a way to wipe them away. Many people spend hundreds of dollars on special skin tag removal creams, fancy oils, or home freezing kits they bought online. They spend time every night in front of the mirror, trying to burn or clip them off, thinking that once the skin is smooth again, the problem is gone. But here is the truth. Treating a skin tag this way is a Band-Aid approach. Imagine you are driving your car and the check engine light starts flashing red on your dashboard. If you reach behind the glass and snip the wire so the light goes dark, did you actually fix the car? Of course not. The light is off, but the engine is still smoking under the hood. Removing a skin tag without changing your health is exactly the same. You are just cutting the warning wire. The insulin fire is still burning inside you, and eventually, it will just cause new skin tags to pop up somewhere else. or worse, it will lead to much bigger health problems. The biggest mistake people make isn't just how they treat their skin, it's how they eat during the day. We have been told for years that we should eat small meals or healthy snacks every 2 hours to keep our energy up. But every time you eat a granola bar, a piece of fruit, or even a healthy cracker, your body has to make more insulin keys to handle it. By snacking all day long, you never let your insulin levels drop down to zero. Your body is stuck in a constant loop of high insulin, keeping those rusty locks jammed and your skin growing. You think you are doing the right thing by never being hungry, but you are actually keeping your body in a state of metabolic panic. The good news is that stopping this cycle is much easier than you think, and it doesn't cost a penny. I'm going to show you a simple plan to help your body finally rest and reset. To stop those extra insulin keys from making your skin grow, we need to give your body a break. This is called a metabolic reset. The best part is that this plan doesn't cost a penny, and you don't need any special equipment. It's all about working with your body instead of against it. The first step is what I call the window method. Most of us eat from the moment we wake up until the moment we go to sleep, which keeps our insulin levels high all day and night. To fix this, simply try to keep a 12-hour window where you don't eat anything at all. For example, if you finish your last snack at 8 p.m., don't eat breakfast until 8 a.m. the next morning. This gives your master key maker a chance to go home and rest. When you stop eating for 12 hours, your insulin levels finally have time to drop down to a healthy, low level. The second step is the fiber first rule. When you do sit down to eat, the order of your food matters a lot. If you start your meal with a piece of bread or a sugary drink, your blood sugar will skyrocket. Instead, eat a bowl of greens or some broccoli first. The fiber in the vegetables acts like a safety net in your stomach. It slows down how fast sugar enters your blood, which prevents that huge insulin spike that causes skin tags. It's a small change that makes a massive difference. Finally, try to go for a 10-minute walk right after your biggest meal of the day. Think of your muscles as muscle sponges. When you move your body, your muscles can soak up the sugar from your blood for energy without needing any insulin keys at all. It's like opening the door to the room with a secret lever instead of a key. This naturally lowers your blood sugar and keeps your insulin levels calm. These 3 steps work because they target the root of the problem, the rusty locks, instead of just trying to freeze off the skin tags. By giving your body a rest, using fiber as a shield, and letting your muscles soak up the extra sugar, you are finally putting out the metabolic fire. This protocol is simple, free, and easy for anyone to follow. Now, let's wrap everything up so you can start your own journey back to health and see how a few small habits can change your life. Think back to Linda, the woman we talked about at the start. Once she realized her skin tags were a warning and not just a sign of aging, everything changed. By following these simple steps to fix her insulin, she didn't just watch those little bumps eventually fade away. She also lost 15 pounds and finally got her energy back. She stopped feeling like she needed a nap every afternoon because her rusty locks were finally clean and working again. Linda's story proves that when you fix the inside, the outside takes care of itself. Always remember, your skin is your body's most honest messenger. It doesn't lie to you, and it doesn't show up to annoy you. It is there to protect you. Don't try to silence it with creams or clippers. Listen to what it is trying to tell you about your health. Your body actually wants to heal and be at its best. You just have to give it the right environment by choosing when to eat, and how to move. So, here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, when you are getting ready, look closely in the mirror. If you see those skin tags on your neck or under your arms, do not panic. Instead, let them be your motivation to start. Begin with the fiber first rule at your very next meal. It is a small, easy choice that sends a huge message to your cells that help is on the way. If you are ready to take control of your metabolic health, comment, "I'm starting" down below. It's a great way to commit to your goal and join a community of people doing the same. And please, share this video with one person you care about who might be ignoring their own warning signs. You might just save them from a lot of trouble down the road. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.